Oh man, we got to ride back to the airport with Nikita Koloff, and it made me laugh so hard. He remembered so many of your one-liners over the day, and I'm sure there's a lot of boys that remembered a lot of your one-liners. So I don't know about you talking about your intelligent level, but there are some one-liners he says of yours that he still uses to pop the boys and the crowd. So
I remember it. Do you remember it?
I couldn't catch the last word. It was something about looking up.
He had it. No, wasn't anything about looking up.
Oh, okay.
It is called supine to the ceiling.
There it is.
And for those that don't understand what that is, I got to get flat.
And he was saying it in reference to at the end of the day when he's tired and he wants to go to bed. Yeah,
Time to hit the rack. That's one way of saying it.
Supine to the
supine to the ceiling.
To the ceiling. Okay. I was sitting there thinking about spine to the pine and getting confused in the back. I was stuck in the very back of the van, so I was struggling a little bit. But you two were having a good time up there. Well, buddy, as I said, television twice. We have one of those matches in full. So, guys, this week we have two matches, two clips, should I say. One of them we're going to watch fully together, Arn, and it's a 12-minute clip. And we have some talking points, so we're not necessarily just going to sit and listen to the audio the whole time. But it is you versus the reemerging Russian nightmare, Nikita Koloff. And this is following the War Games. Nikita continues his feud with all the members of the Dangerous Alliance. He finds himself #1 contender for Rick Rude's U.S. title. But before he gets to Rude, he challenges you. He has to get through you. And we have that full match. Like I said, it goes a little over 12 minutes. The second clip we have this month is a very brief one, maybe a minute and a half. We'll get there. But we're going to do this together. Rick Rude is going to also be on commentary. He's going to join the voice of wrestling, Jim Ross, to call play-by-play here on this match. Arn, you ready to watch this one together?
I don't know.
You and Nikita, buddy, 12 minutes. What do you think happens?
This could be very dangerous.
It's from July 18th, 1992. It's a WCW Saturday night. Nikita Koloff versus AA Arn Anderson. Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall. Led down the aisle by Paul E. Dangerously. He presents at 255 pounds from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the original enforcer, AA, Arn Anderson.
Fans, don't forget to join us tomorrow night on the main event, 6:05 Eastern here on TBS. It'll be the DDT versus a Rude Awakening. Michael Hayes and Ravishing Rick Rude tomorrow here on TBS.
DDT won't work on me, Jim Ross. Michael Hayes is in for a Rude Awakening.
Plus, Larry Zbyszko takes on Cactus Jack one-on-one. That tomorrow with Tony Schiavone and Magnum TA on the main event. And now let's go back up to Tony Thrillum Gillum.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, originally from Lithuania, now residing in these United States of America, 120 kilos, Nikita Koloff.
And he is the #1 contender for the United States Heavyweight Championship.
What the people see in this man, I'll never know.
Dangerously and Anderson. Anderson certainly has his game face on here.
You got to know who our sentimental favorites are, Ross.
I think it's rather obvious. And ladies and gentlemen, certainly glad that you're with us here on TBS. Ravishing Rick Rude getting some personal attention by Medusa. As we are ready now, the bell has sounded. Referee Nick Patrick assigned this very, very important contest here in WCW. Nikita Koloff is one of the most popular athletes and one of the most powerful athletes in WCW as they lock it up. Collar and elbow tie-up.
So a few things, Arn. Did you notice right at the beginning they referred to you as the original enforcer?
Yes.
What is that about?
Did you ever hear? Yeah. That was just, I think, just Rude making an off-the-wall comment.
No, well, and that was the ring announcer. He said he's the original enforcer. Arn Anderson, the guy who introduced you, Tony. Yeah. I was like, that's interesting.
That might be more than, don't put a lot of stock in
Okay,
that.
I just had never heard you. But look at you wearing the all white there, showing off that mahogany.
Got that mahogany working.
You got the pure white, everything from head to toe. I don't remember you wearing that very often, but
I didn't wear it very often.
Yeah.
There's probably a reason for that. Or
yeah. But I want you to, as you fans at home if you're watching on YouTube with us, just pay attention here to Arn's facials and his body language as part of the selling that he does here. He can't move Nikita, can't slam him. You know, you're going to watch him. It's just so good, the storytelling of this match. And that's one of the things I picked up on as I was previewing the clip for this. So I just wanted to have everybody make sure they're dialed in to kind of watching how Arn works this with Nikita.
Well, just like the attempted slam early, the storytelling part of this, and what a lot of that's missing in today's business is it's supposed to be a struggle. Two big, strong, professionally trained athletes shouldn't be able to just get away and accomplish everything that they try from the beginning to the end. You should be able to block some stuff and counter some stuff before it ever happens. That's the kind of things that are missing in today. You know, we're 1 minute in the match. I tried to slam Nikita. Of course, he blocked it. He's fresh.
And you're still trying. And you're trying to tell the story too, how that he is that big, strong Russian nightmare, right? That force.
Yeah, he's got a headlock on, and I can't even get him off the headlock, much less do anything offensive. I got to get myself back to even before I can do any offense myself.
Into the ropes, tackle block. Arn tries to kick out. We'll listen to a little commentary here, and then Arn, I'll come back to you because I love it. He pulled my hair. Come on, and let's listen to a little Jim Ross here.
Best I can, and I can't see his hair pull.
Well, Arn is telling the referee that Nikita has been pulling his hair, and Arn Anderson is an honest man.
Thanks, Rick. I felt that
Anderson
way.
rubbing his head there. Koloff, that big arm. Very, very painful. Very elementary move, the side headlock. But a lot of guys develop those cauliflower ears from that. As Koloff's got a little bit lower now, down on the jaw. Headlock takedown.
That side headlock can be a very intimidating move.
Anderson trying to roll him on his shoulders there. Fans, we're going to be taking a commercial break in just a few moments again. If a decision is rendered during the commercial break, we'll show it to you as soon as we come back on WCW Saturday night.
You think this business ain't tough? The referee even had a broke hand. Did you notice that?
Yeah, look at us. Yeah, Nick Patrick.
The referees are even in danger.
Talk a little bit about Nikita here, working with him. He was always, people would say he was in gimmick all the time, always with the Russian accent, and, he believed it, he practiced it. Maybe in the ring he was pushed a little too quickly as far as he had to kind of develop as he went. What was your feelings working with Nikita, especially now? This is a little bit later on. This is past the Crockett days here.
Yeah, I mean, there was two Nikitas. There was the 280-pounder that came in and was, looked like another road warrior. And man, was he strong, and he was green and just learning the business. Hadn't learned, quite enough when he first came in. He was put in there before, it was time, but he had Nikita and Barry Darsow to cover for him, and he had all the, the baby faces sold for him and everything. So he was, you did everything that you could do for a guy. Now, this Nikita had more experience. He was smaller. He had lost some weight.
Yeah.
He had been away from the business for a little while. So I think when he came in, he had a different attitude and,
a better attitude, Arn, do you think?
I think much better, yeah. Yeah. I think he originally was in for a cash grab. He was going to, and I don't blame him. They they pursued him to come to Jim Crockett Promotions. When they saw him, they fell in love with the look and, the promos and all that stuff. He pulled it off, and he brought in a character that is this guy really Russian or not? Because he never let anything slip out. He changed his name legally. He didn't do much talking. He had that thing going on.
Yeah.
Whatever shatata means. He used that one quite a bit. And but this guy, he was working hard. He's moving good. He had picked up on a lot of the finer points of the business at this point. So
And sometimes it feels like, when they say sometimes you need to slow down to speed up, you can see that he's a little bit more methodical in this match with pacing versus just the buzzsaw nightmare.
Yeah, well, see, just stuff like that struggle I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I just didn't let him, we wanted to suplex me in. I wasn't going to just let him suplex me in. Just grabbing that second rope prevented that. And that's part of the struggle to gain control. This should be the story of every match. To this day, I feel like it should be that. You don't see that struggle. You shouldn't be able to reach out and just grab a guy's wrist and take his arm and control it without resistance on his part.
For those of you that aren't watching on YouTube, Nikita just missed a Russian sickle outside. It took it right into the pole, his arm. And what do you think Arn Anderson now does? He's going after that arm like a piece of raw meat. And he's doing what Arn Anderson does. He's working that body part, and here you go.
That will be the story of the next few minutes. He went ahead and got himself hurt. I'll be happy to oblige him.